How about Dr. Carolyn, Hickory, North Carolina, on the Internet? How are you, Doctor?
Hi. I met you and Sean in McLean, Virginia at a book signing. And I'm a black, female, conservative, medical doctor, Tea Party circuit speaker.
Well, nice to talk to you again.
And you know what? That dispels the notion that the Tea Parties are racist. They think that Herman Cain is the only one of us, but there are a number of us out there that speak at the Tea Parties. And I went to a very small one, but even before they were popular. I've never experienced any racism in the Tea Parties. But I called you today because I was really concerned about that vote in Ohio. On one hand, they were sagacious in that they rejected Obamacare, which you and I know it will deracinate the best health care system in the world.
Yep.
And on the other hand, they capitulated to the unions and to their fear-mongering as far as the union and the finances. And I was just really alarmed by that. And
well, let me just tell you this, Doctor. In part, it's my understanding that Big Labor spent over $30 million, a relentless propaganda campaign telling citizens that they won't, when they call the cops won't show up, 9/11 won't work, there's a fire, the firemen won't show up. So they do this all the time. And in response, it's my understanding they only had $5, $6, $7 million through a private group to try and raise the funds to deal with it. Plus, you had Trump bringing out all his soldiers to man the precincts and get out the vote and so forth. So there was a lot going on there that we need to learn from, because there's going to be more and more of this, and it's going to be coming from the top, Obama himself.
Right.
Yeah.
In our presidential election. That's what frightens me.
Now, what kind of doctor are you again?
Internal medicine.
Internal medicine.
I speak with Sean frequently on the radio.
The hell with him. Speak to me.
My last name is Love, and he always uses that as a pun. And but I'm more. I'm really sober. I'm very concerned about the country and the direction and our progeny. And I love America. It's been the best country that I've ever visited. I was born here, and I also went to Africa. And I can tell you, it was a cultural shock there. I knew that I was an American, and we've had more opportunity in this country than you can ever have in any other country in the universe. And I'm very exasperated with people degrading our country. Because I do believe that America has opened the doors of opportunity to people of all colors. If you excel. Now, I'll give you one example. My father was during the Depression. He was a dark-skinned man. And during the Depression, he worked at the famous Newport News shipyard. It's in Newport News, Virginia. Yeah. And they were laying off blacks and whites. But instead of laying him off, they gave him 2 8-hour shifts. So tell me that blacks, and my sister was a physician before I was born. Now tell me blacks have not excelled in this country. If you will exert an effort, I stayed up in the 8th grade studying until 3 a.m., you can excel in America. And just like Cain did, and I hate the way that they're doing him, because they do that to black liberals. Black conservatives, I'm sorry. They will deride you. We are not only are we ostracized by our own race, but the white. If you want to know where racism emanates today,
it's the white left. They're a disaster.
It's on the left, right?
Well, Doctor, it's an honor. It's a pleasure. Look, I send all the kook callers over to Hannity, so I want all his smart callers calling me.
Okay.
So you take care. It's a pleasure.
Okay. I'm so glad to get to talk to you once more. You were so gracious when I met you in McLean, Virginia. Very, very gracious.
Well, thank you.
And God bless you, too.
You, too. Very sweet lady.